Dear Boomers, welcome back to Lesson 10 of the Tao Te Ching, where we slow down and reflect and reconnect with the wisdom that nourishes this second half of our lives. Today we open our hearts to the 10th verse of the Tao Te Ching. It's a tender and powerful meditation on unity, softness, and leading without ego. It asks us to questions we might spend a lifetime answering, and that's exactly the point. So let's journey together. As you can see, my hibiscus is doing very well back here, and that's part of the Tao. It's just beautiful. So, quote, carrying body and soul and embracing the one, can you avoid separation? This question takes us to the very heart of our spiritual lives. As boomers and elders, we have been taught to separate the spiritual from the physical, to chase meaning out there while ignoring the wisdom in here. But the Tao does ask us, what if you are already whole? What if your body, mind, and soul are meant to be embraced as one complete and living mystery? There is no need to fix, perfect, or transcend anything. Can we stay present with what is, without dividing ourselves? When we unite the body and the soul, we move from a fragmented life into a graceful dance of wholeness. Wow, that is so cool. So we have to spend time uniting our hearts with our minds and our brains. So another part of the verse says, can you let your body become as supple as a newborn child? This is not just a physical question. It's about returning to softness, to curiosity, to the vulnerability we once knew, but we learned to hide. In the Tao, softness is strength. Supple trees bend in the wind. Water, the softest of substances, carves the deepest canyons. What does it mean to become supple again in our later years? It means letting go of rigidity, not just in our bodies, but in our minds, to soften judgments, to loosen our grip, to play with our dogs and our children, to feel, to trust again. Quote, in the opening and shutting of heaven's gate, can you play the feminine part? The Tao honors the feminine not as a gender, but as a principle. The receptive, intuitive nurturing and yielding way. This is not weakness. It is cosmic strength, the power of allowing, of not forcing. Can we make space for that kind of leadership? Because leadership without ego or control is the way of the future. Can you love your people and govern your domain without self-importance? This question strikes at the ego and at the heart of the Tao. How do we lead? How do we parent? How do we grandparent? How do we caretake or guide without falling into the traps of needing recognition? In our culture, leadership is often confused with control. But here, the Tao reminds us that the truest power comes not from domination, but from humility. The greatest leaders are invisible. Their touch is so light that others feel empowered, not managed. Can you guide with an open hand instead of a clenched fist? That is the heart of this quote. Quote, giving birth and nourishing, having yet not possessing, working yet not taking credit, leading without controlling or dominating. These lines offer a blueprint for Tao, aligned living. We are invited to show up fully, yes, but without clinging, to love without owning, to give without needing applause, to lead without the illusion of being the source. This is radical for our Western mindset, but deeply liberating for the soul. And here's another part of this wonderful lesson. One who heeds this power brings the Tao to this very earth. This is the primal virtue. And here we arrive at the heart of it all. This power, which is the feminine, the yielding, the humble, and the nourishing, is not abstract. It is embodied. When we live this way, we bring the Tao to earth. We become the embodiment of the way. This is not about achieving some mystical ideal. It's about choosing to live gently and fully right now. Now. It's about being the calm in a noisy world. It's about the steady presence in a culture obsessed with performance and peace in the midst of chaos. That is the primal virtue. So I leave you today with this question. Can you lead a life that nourishes, that gives, that softens without needing to control? And if so, what might that mean for you? What might unfold in your life when you adapt these principles? So, leave a comment and share your thoughts and subscribe to the channel. Read this verse again on your own. Let it wash over you like a warm breeze. You don't have to understand it. You only have to listen. Listen for the deepest wisdom within yourself. Join our Dear Boomers community. The link is in the description below. And come join us. It's really going to be a great place. We have 20 members now. We're going to have a Zoom that discusses the different challenges involved with aging. And until next time, lead lightly, live softly, and love without needing to possess.